Okay, so just got done watching the new Fallout show, and oh boy, oh man, what a piece of shit. Um, I pretty much know for a fact this video is probably gonna be hated because it seems across the board, the collective, of humanity has kind of lost their mind a little bit. We're seeing what did IGN give this show, like a 9 out of 10? Don't get me wrong, okay? The sets are great. The acting's good. The writing is okay. Um Overall, it's a well-produced show, okay? It's a well-made show. Is it a good Fallout show? Absolutely not. Pretty much exactly what I thought would happen. They're just basically retconning the NCR out of the canon because Todd and the Bethesda boys are all pissy about New Vegas being a superior game. And I know people. I've been scouring the internet trying to find any sort of like negative reviews on the show to see if maybe I'm just crazy. Like, does anybody agree with me? And the few like negative reviews for the show I find online, the people who rate it poorly are being called like neckbeards and shit. And so if you want to go and call me a neckbeard, that's fine. I care about the Fallout games, at least the real Fallout games, not the Bethesda trash. But yeah, so needless to say, I'm very disappointed with how this show turned out. So first of all, biggest gripe, okay? Now the beginning, the first few episodes of the show, not too bad, okay? I do have a few problems though, a few major problems. One of the major problems being, you see the Ghoul, which is a stupid fucking name, by the way, the Ghoul. I'm sorry, but like, how many ghouls exist in the Fallout? That's like calling someone the human, or like that's so stupid. But yeah, so the Ghoul character, you see when he gets to the town called Philly, which Philly really is that? It's not a great name. It's just basically another megaton, another shanty town, because for some reason the West Coast just can't develop past fucking shanty towns. 220 years later, whatever. That's fine. So you see as he's shooting up this town, he gets shot like multiple times in the back, and he's just fine, because I guess ghouls now are just immortal, so that's like a thing now. Don't know when that started being a thing. Ghouls are basically just heavily irradiated people, which, yes, they are functionally immortal, as in they don't age, but that doesn't mean they can be fucking shot and just not react. So he doesn't feel pain. He gets his finger cut off. He's like, oh, that's cool. By the way, there's so many scenes in this show that are just, like, why? They're so pointless. Like the scene where Lucy and the Ghoul cut each other's fingers off. What the fuck does that add to the plot in any way? It's weird. The writing's not bad, but it's also like there's so many frivolous elements that are just stupid. Oh man. So where was I? So the Ghoul is immortal. Okay, I guess ghouls are immortal now. There's another character. There's the Squire, the Brotherhood Squire character. Who, that guy's so fucking annoying. He's such an annoying character, man. And he gets shot in the neck with like an arrow or something from a trap. The Portlandia guy. It's a long story, okay? Spoilers, by the way. He gets shot in the neck, and apparently he's a ghoul now, because some weird doctor guy gave him some drugs that made him a ghoul, and so now he can't die or feel pain or anything. I don't fucking know, man. It's so clear that the writers of this shit had no idea anything from the lore. They really just, man, what a shit show. So that happened, and so the Ghoul. Listen, I thought he was a cool character. I thought he's a cool character. The one thing that like pissed me off more than it should. I don't know why it pissed me off so much. None of the ghouls have a raspy voice anymore. Like, is it really that hard to just do your best fucking Filthy Frank impression for a ghoul? Like, come on, that's like a defining thing. So none of the ghouls in the show have a raspy voice. Fine, whatever. They're immortal. They have raspy voices. These are not the ghouls that you know from the mainline games, okay? And when I say the mainline games, I'm talking the Tridge, okay? I'm talking 1, 2, and New Vegas. Those are the only canon fucking games in the whole Fallout world. All the Bethesda shit is just a stupid fan fiction, okay? And that's how I see it. That's my headcanon. So yeah, so that happens. And a bunch of bullshit, there's the whole vaults 31 through 33, and they're all interconnected. Cool enough idea, that's fine. I thought it was a really cool idea until, like, the final episode, where it's revealed that all the heads of Vault-Tec, preserve themselves in, 32? Whatever, the one vault. Okay, fine. And another thing, all the Vault-Tec employee, or the heads of all the major corporations are in the boardroom in the last episode, and you hear them talking about, oh, we're gonna do all these experiments with the vaults. Okay, first of all, that's not, god damn it, man, that's not, they didn't just do experiments with the vaults just for fun. Oh, let's just may the best vault win. Such a stupid line. No, there's a very clear reason why the vaults ran experiments, and they were to see, how humans would fare if they had to go to space and, like, colonize a new planet. That's the whole, like, reason for the vaults. And, I'm fine with Vault-Tec, it being confirmed that Vault-Tec was the ones who caused the Great War and nuked everything. I mean, everybody kind of figured that already. But they really just laid it out. They just said it straight up. Oh, we're the villains. We're gonna nuke the world. Like, okay. It was kind of cool when it was like a mystery. Like, you didn't know if it was like China or the U.S. or who nuked first. Now that's just meaningless. It was just Vault-Tec. Okay, cool. So, like, so much of this writing, it felt like it was written by like a 10-year-old child. Like, it's just, everything's just like, oh my god, it's just straight up told to you. Like, it's not shown, it's told. It's the number one, like, writing. Whatever. I still thought the writing was fine, okay? It was serviceable. But it was just weird. And then there's the sign with, or the shit with, Maximus and Lucy. They just have a romantic, just out of nowhere. They're just becoming romantic with each other. Okay, weird, but sure. And Maximus is like a weird fucking, he doesn't know what sex is. Like, it's so weird. I get he's like, he joined the Brotherhood and they're like a weird, religious cult or whatever the fuck they are now. But, like, what the fuck does he say? I'm gonna make my cock explode in you? Like, he doesn't, it was so fucking weird, man. This show, it really felt like it was written by like a 10-year-old children. It really does. Yeah, so that was that. And then, okay, so the whole thing with Shady Sands. Dude, what the fuck? This is when it really went off the rails. It was like episode 5 when they show you that Shady Sands was just nuked off the map. Okay, first of all, Shady Sands was not even called Shady Sands at this point. It was called the NCR. It was the first major town of the Republic. It wasn't called fucking Shady Sands. Number one, it wasn't called Shady Sands to begin with. And now it's apparently that was the name of the town. I don't even know, dude. There's like billboards. I guess they could have been post-war, like putting up billboards. Sure, fine. But also, Shady Sands isn't in the middle of Los Angeles. Like, in the show, it's depicted to be in the middle of the city, or what's left of it, the fucking crater. It is depicted to be in the middle of the city. No, it was up in like Northern California. It was like up in the desert or something. Not Northern California, but the northern part of Southern whatever. You get what I'm saying. It was in the middle of the desert. It wasn't a fucking town in the middle of LA. Also, the NCR is just completely nowhere to be seen. Okay, they're at this Griffith Observatory. There's a few NCR soldiers in like almost Legion armor. Like, they're just finding scraps of whatever they can for armor. Like, what the fuck happened to the NCR being the biggest civilization basically in the wasteland as we know it? And now the Brotherhood is like this massive fucking, there were a few people huddled in a bunker in New Vegas. That was like the end of them as a faction, like, because they refused to go out in the outside world, and they're doing their hermitic shit, and that was like the end of them. But now, oh, they're back in full swing. They got vertibirds, they got fucking giant ass zeppelins, dude. I'm like, oh my god, what the hell is this? Now, here's one thing I'll say. I thought it was pretty cool to see the Brotherhood and the NCR kind of waging war against each other again. That's something we've never really seen in any of the games. You know, we've heard about Project Sunburst or whatever the fuck the operation. Oh god damn it! What was it called from before New Vegas? How they fought, the Brotherhood fought for Helios One, the NCR versus the Brotherhood. So it was cool to see them fight again. That was pretty cool. But what is that? So the NCR is just like a few people huddled around this observatory, and that's what's left of them. I didn't even. Nothing's explained. Nothing in the writing's explained. You know. And then what's her name? Morbius, whatever the fuck that lady's name is. You know, she has the cold fusion machine. She powers that up, and now there's like infinite energy. Okay, cool. So the whole struggle in New Vegas for the dam is just meaningless because now there's cold fusion, and she powers up LA. And I don't know, like, are all those lights and shit, when all the lights turn on, is that NCR territory that's now energized? Like, are those all, you know, citizens of the NCR? I don't fucking know. It's never told to us. We never get to see the actual NCR, like, just doing their thing, except a few flashbacks of Shady Sands, which isn't actually Shady Sands. It's just fucking... It's so clear that these writers have never played the games. And if they have played the games, they have no intention of, you know, any sort of lore accuracy. It was embarrassing, man. It was really embarrassing to watch. And the worst part is I feel like I'm being gaslit so bad because everybody on the internet is praising this shit like it's the second coming of Jesus or something, dude. I'm like, dude, this show is not fucking good, dude. I don't understand the praise. It was an entertaining watch. Like I said, it was entertaining, but it's not a good piece of Fallout media in any way. Yeah, guys, I think New Vegas is like the end of the Fallout series, which you know, that's fine. You know, I thought Lonesome Road was kind of like a good end for the series anyways. You know, Ulysses has that line where he's like, war never changes, but men must change. I was like, that's pretty badass. That's a good, like, that ties it together. You know, that's a good end of the series. So I'm fine with that. You know, I'm fine with New Vegas being the end, at least for me in my headcanon. You know, that's the end of the series, and that's fine. Are there directions I wish they would have gone? Like seeing, you know, being able to maybe visit California in a game or a show or anything, and seeing an actual developed, like, government coming back? That would have been cool to see. You know, maybe I had a few ideas actually for sort of a sequel of a Fallout game where, you know, the NCR is expanding eastward, and so they got to kind of like take on the frontier of the East and, you know, take out the remnants of the Legion. Like, there's a lot of cool directions it could go. And, you know, the NCR's meeting up with tribes. Maybe it could be sort of like a mirror of you know, Manifest Destiny shit, where instead of expanding westward like in American history, you know, the NCR expands eastward and they fuck with the tribes and they start, you know, slaughtering a bunch of tribes and shit. So you're like, okay, the NCR, you know, they're not exactly the good guys, blah blah blah. I'm ranting about this hypothetical sequel to New Vegas that we're never gonna get because fucking Bethesda, they're sore losers. They know their games are shit. They know their writing is shit. And if I'm coming across like unhinged and angry, listen, I legitimately am, dude. I'm very passionate about this franchise, and to see it just constantly derided, fucking 76, Fallout 4, now this shit, like, oh, it's just, why, dude? Why? Just let it die. Let the franchise die, dude. It should have been done with New Vegas. They should have just realized that they don't know what they're doing and handed it back to Obsidian. Of course, that's never gonna happen. And I got a little excited. I'm like, okay, you know, Xbox owns both companies now. Maybe they'll force them to collaborate. You know, Bethesda can make the engine, you know, as janky as their engine is, whatever, let them make the engine, and then let Obsidian do the writing and all that stuff. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Bethesda's clutching on to the series for dear life, to the dismay of me and the rest of the fans of the actual Fallout games. So yeah. So anyways, little tangent there, but yeah, the show was not good. Not very good at all. What else could I say? So the final shot, which is even more the most insulting thing, you see this fucking Lucy's dad in power armor, like heading towards New Vegas, which, by the way, doesn't look anything like New Vegas. It's a little tiny portion of Vegas. There's no west side, there's no like outer Vegas, there's nothing. It's just this little mini version of Vegas out in the middle of the Mojave. Okay, weird. I know they're not gonna explain it. I know it's just, you know, they didn't have the budget or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't know. And so you see Lucy's dad, who I guess is the villain of the show, heading to New Vegas to go blow it up or do some dastardly bullshit. So that was awesome. Also, you see, like, I don't know if it was supposed to be Mr. House when I was talking about that boardroom scene, Vault-Tec and all the corporations. There's a little nameplate that says Robco. So I'm assuming that's supposed to be Mr. House. He doesn't have his, like, trademark British accent. Maybe he was supposed to be his brother. I don't fucking know. It was very strange. Oh my god, dude. So many aspects of the show are just fucking, just wrong, man. But yeah, so it was very disappointing to watch as a fan of the West Coast games. And listen, if you're gonna check it out, and you're a fan of the West Coast games, just look at it as like a little fanfic, a silly little fanfic. It's like a worse version of Nuka Break. Like it's like a shitty Nuka Break. If you ever watch Nuka Break if you haven't, it's a great series. A lot more faithful than this bullshit, which is funny considering the budget's significantly lower. And I just honestly want to watch Nuka Break again after this shit, to be honest. But yeah, so not a fan of the show. But hey, if you need something to do, you know, you got a day off of work and you're bored, go binge. It's only 8 episodes. It's fine. It's, you know, honestly, I would say pirate it, to be honest. I don't give these fucking people money, but it was okay. It was a passable, entertaining show, not a good Fallout show. And that is my review. So yeah, we'll see what the future of the Fallout franchise is, if there is one. I don't think there is. Yeah, so thanks for watching.